What's up, guys? Different kind of video today, but this is a very exciting one. We have some breaking news, and it is actually Niantic giving us feedback at where they're at in Pokemon Go. So they released a dev diary on Go Battle League. It contains a ton of answers about fast move to not fast move inconsistencies, about the algorithm, about what they're working on. It's just an exciting update. And, I've been harsh on Niantic in the past, but I feel like I've been harsh because I've been fair. Things haven't been going well. When they're going well like this is good communication. I'll sing their praises. This is a fantastic update. So I'm just gonna dig right into it. We'll go through the entire dev diaries together. I'll give you my thoughts and kind of maybe explain some of the confusing wording in terms of the fast move inconsistencies in their explanation. So let's dig right into the dev diaries. At the start, they talk about what they're focusing on in terms of Go Battle League. So they say they're trying to balance Go Battle League with Rocket Battles, Gym Battles. Honestly, I think Trainer Battles should have the priority. The other things don't really affect people as much. You're not playing against someone else. This is balancing two people. I think the priority should be here. And this is also the first dev diary we've had on this, whereas they've had plenty of dev diaries on raids, community days, etc. So I feel like they should shift their priorities a little bit more towards Trainer Battles, especially with Worlds coming out. The things that they're focusing on are the battle code maintenance, which is good, fast attack fixes, which is necessary. This is the most important thing in the entire game that they needed to fix, and finally, after a year and a half, which is also too long, it's going to get fixed. Battle logging. So this is actually really cool. So what they're saying is you can send error reports, and hopefully that will help them figure out the issues, problems. Like, for example, when Battle Bill has that very famous clip where it's just random Pokemon are coming out using random moves and stuff like that they shouldn't have. Hopefully battle logging will help them identify the base issue to those type of things and be able to fix them. And then urgent bug prioritization. I think they're already doing this, but they just weren't fixing any bugs. Anyways, I'll stop being negative. This is good. I should not be negative about any of this stuff. Anyways, so they talk about latency in Go Battle League and how to reduce it. This is just mostly stuff that you as a person already probably know. Check if your Wi-Fi connection is poor. Check if your cellular connection is poor. Use the one that's better, etc., etc. I found that out recently when I found out for some reason my Wi-Fi is not working very well, so I have to play on cellular now, which a little bit annoying. That's okay. And now here's the juicy bit right here. How does the Go Battle League's matchmaking system work? And where is it? Where is it? This is where they talk. Well, I'll have to control F. Algorithm. Okay, so matchmaking is based on skill. Yeah, they don't actually go into the system that it uses. A lot of people in the past have said it's Glyco 2. I felt like when I read that proof on Reddit, I wasn't 100% sold it was Glyco 2. It could just be a base ELO system. But either way, it uses an ELO-based system, which is Glyco 2 is an ELO-based system as well, as far as I'm aware. But the important part here, let's see, there is no algorithm. So this is going to be very contentious. This is something that I kind of have thought a lot as in the past. A lot of higher ranked players kind of felt that there was no algorithm, mainly because you're playing against all the same people and you can snipe people. If there was an algorithm, that shouldn't be possible. Anyways, not going to get too much into it. What I do want to say is that the problem is, even though they've stated there is no algorithm, there will be people out there that are just not going to listen to Niantic. They're going to think they're lying. Niantic has no reason to lie here. They're not hiding an algorithm. This is it. This is all the definitive proof I needed to jump on the there's no algorithm bandwagon and actually start promoting it instead of kind of truly believing there's no algorithm and not really too publicly taking a side. But that's pretty important to note. But hopefully we don't see a huge spread of misinformation going around because of this. Battle logging I talked about already. Battle code maintenance, it's just maintenance. It is what it is, but this is the real prize. What are the problems with fast attacks and how are we fixing them? Fast attack desyncs. Honestly, I think they don't really understand desyncs. I don't think this is what is listed. Post charge attack desyncs is what fast attack desyncs are essentially. I don't know what they're talking about here. This is a separate bug from what you traditionally call as desync. That's called, I think, just general lag, when you lag a little bit at the beginning. It used to happen to me a lot, not so much recently, but I know a lot of players still experience this issue. But this is the important fast attack inconsistencies. So this is what fast move denial was based off in the very beginning. This is probably the biggest current issue with GBL, and it's an issue that treats everyone in the world differently, which is a problem, right? In a competitive game, you want an even playing field for everyone, and anything that kind of tips the scales based on how much you pay, or where you live, or what your internet connection is like, those have no place in a competitive game. No place at all. And that's what fast move inconsistencies are right now. They really just tilt the playing field in an extremely unfair manner. So, they have a solution, which is great. And I want to highlight this first. This solution allows the community to keep their knowledge and skills. I was actually very prepared to make a rage video. Not to this response, but I kind of assumed that they would fix it by kind of chopping out a lot of the skill involved in the game. So fixing it in a way where you don't need to time your charge moves anymore. It would just automatically send stuff through or something like that, you know? But they are keeping it essentially the same. They found a fix, or allegedly found a fix. So they're keeping it essentially the same. So all that time you guys have spent practicing charge move timing or fast move timing, all that kind of stuff, undercharging, overcharging, transferring damage, stuff like that, all those advanced mechanics videos, if you've watched any of them that I've put out, they should still apply with just minor changes, which is fantastic because that is what makes this game fun. The little things, the mechanics, how there's always little things you can do to improve the game. So they've left it in, and they've left it as mostly a skill-based game, which is awesome. So anyways, I'm going to actually read out this full thing to you, and you're not going to understand it probably because I had to read it about 8 or 9 times. English is my first language. I've been speaking English for like 29 years. I'm an engineer though, so my English isn't great. I know that. But still, okay. Our short-term solution is to remove the postponement of a concurrent charged attacks at the end of a fast attack. The solution helps sync up fast and charge attack timing while allowing fast attacks to finish their durations during the charge attack minigame. It would also retain the current damage resolution priority, meaning charge attacks can effectively deny a fast attack if executed in the window that the fast attack concludes. Now, who understands what is happening? Raise your hand. Well, if you look around the classroom, not a lot of hands are raised right now, but there is a better, although still, in my opinion, a little bit confusing explanation given by Go Stadium. So they've actually listed out here. This is my referencing, but I'll explain what I think this means first before going into some examples, because the examples they've confirmed are accurate with Niantic. It's just, I think the explanation needs a little bit of work. So essentially what they're saying is the game will work exactly as it does now, except the fast move inconsistency should be fixed, of course. The only difference is the order or the turn in which the charge move activates. So currently, if you activate a charge move, it activates at the beginning of the next turn after your fast move ends. So let's say you have a 3 or a 2-turn fast move. You're playing Surfetched and you're running counter. Your Leaf Blade will activate on the 3rd turn. So 2 turns for counter, the 3rd turn is Leaf Blade. But what happens is, if your opponent has a 3-turn move, let's say you're playing against a Charmer, and that Charm is going to take you out, the charm damage activates on the 3rd turn as well. The same turn you would activate the Leaf Blade. But in Pokemon Go, the fast move damage has priority over the charge move activation. So because they both activate on the 3rd turn, the charm damage goes through first and you don't get your Leaf Blade off. I think what they're trying to say is with their proposed fix is that now charge moves will activate at the end of the last turn of your fast move. So same example, Surfetched versus Charmer. Counter takes 2 turns, but the charge move, your Leaf Blade, now activates at the end of your 2nd turn. So now it has priority over that charm damage, which is activating at the beginning of the 3rd turn, which honestly makes a little bit more sense to me anyways. It's going to take a little bit to get used to, but I think that's probably the way the game was intended to be played in the first place. So this is a pretty inconsequential change into the overall mechanics of the game. And by inconsequential, I mean they're fixing fast move denial. That part's not inconsequential. I just mean the overall way the game will be played should be relatively the same. So I'll go through these two examples with Go Stadium with you guys. And this essentially, I stole their example, except I made it a little bit more relevant because you can get KO'd by a trainer, you're not going to get KO'd by a Hex. But anyways, example 1. Metachamp survives a Shadow Ball from Drifloon is at 1 HP. The trainer uses Counter and goes to use Ice Punch, which is good timing. So I like this example by Go Stadium. It shows that they've got some high-level trainers there making these examples. While the opposing Drifloon uses Hex in the present structure of the game, the Metachamp trainer does not get to use Ice Punch. That's true. If the Hex takes them out, which I don't think they specified here. Maybe a little, at 1 HP. There we go. From our understanding of the update post-change, the Metachamp trainer does get to use the Ice Punch. So that's what I'm saying, is that the charge move activates at the end of the last fast move turn. And that if Ice Punch feints the Drifloon, no Hex damage is applied, which effectively denies the fast attack, which is, I think, what they're trying to say in their little blurb, Niantic. Note that this can occur presently during a fast attack, just not on the final turn. So, for example, if this was a Hypno and it was a Confusion. Oh, they have that in the next example anyways. So, yeah, I'll just get into it. Trainer's Toxicroak just fainted to an opposing Hypno, and they're prompted to bring in a new Pokemon. They have a Vigoroth that previously battled and has enough energy for Body Slam. Presently, when they bring the Vigoroth and instantly use Body Slam, the Hypno will occasionally get a Confusion and occasionally not. And that's the inconsistency part of fast move inconsistencies. From our understanding of the update, post-change, so long as the Hypno survives the Body Slam, the Confusion will always register. And I think to add to that, what this is saying is if you're in a Hypno versus Hypno mirror match, the Confusion and one of the Hypnos throws a move, the other Hypno will always get a Confusion in. So back to the way the game was intended to be played and the way the game was played about 2 years ago when it did work properly before these fast move inconsistencies kind of plagued the game. And yeah, this is where they say that they've actually sent these examples to Niantic and confirmed that that's what's going on. So awesome to hear. Hopefully that explanation wasn't a bit confusing. If it was confusing, just rewind and listen to it again. I'm sure it'll be less confusing the next time, hopefully. I'm sorry if it's not. And then what's next? Honestly, I don't even care what's next. It is about fixing this. This is the only thing really holding this game back from being a legitimate competitive game. They just talk about next season. So next season, as we've all heard already, is just going to be that unranked season. They're going to be testing a lot of stuff in it. Looks like they're going to be putting out some Go Battle days with some extra incentives to get people to play. That was a big worry of mine, was that 3 months of an unranked season. When they did season 5 and it was unranked, content creation died. Nobody watched videos. Nobody played anymore. If they got to Legend, they stopped playing. So having these extra incentives to keep playing in a 3-month long unranked season, definitely necessary. I still wish it wasn't 3 months long. I really do wish it was a little bit shorter. But I mean, if it means they're fixing the game, I'm willing to bite the bullet. And hopefully you guys all are too. Anyways, that's a summary of the Dev Diary. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I'm correct about the fast move inconsistency thing, and hopefully it actually gets fixed. Please let me know in the comments if I've gotten this fast move inconsistency thing wrong. If that fix is not the way that you interpreted this. But honestly, they need to, they just need someone to proofread it or something. Like, because I can't imagine anyone truly understood this on their first read. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.